Hi guys! So today I want to do a video for students who have been offered and accepted a place to university to go off and study architectural design subjects. So interior design, product design, architecture, maybe engineering, technical drawing, all those kind of subjects. So this is going to be an overview of the kind of stationery that you need to start collecting. It's really exciting. A lot of us love stationery and are kind of stationery addicts. I have a huge amount of it on my desk right now, and I'm going to give you an overview of the basics that you will need for your 3, 4, 5, 7 year course ahead of you. So let's get into it. So first off is the technical drawing. Now, drawing within architectural design and design itself is a really important subject. It's an important skill to have. It doesn't mean that you are either good or bad at drawing. There's a huge variety of different types of drawing, from computer right the way through to sketch or technical drawing, and you will learn a variety of this on your course. So you're going to have a lot of different pens and pencils really. So we're going to start off with the technical drawing pencil. So I have a really simple one here. This is a Staedtler graphite pencil. It's a protracting one, so you just click it. Has a eraser on the top, or rubber on the top, really cheap. Grab a few of these and have them in your pencil case. The next one is a graphite grip pencil, like this. Very typical in an architect's office. Graphite comes out the front like this, and you can actually take this out and change the lead that's in it for a softer or harder one. Typically it's just an HB, that's not the typical lead that you want to be drawing with. You want something a bit harder, sort of like a 4H or higher than that. But you can also get replacement leads for this. You're going to also want an eraser, so make sure that you have maybe a putty eraser if you're going to be doing lots of different kinds of drawing and sketching in your sketchbook as well. Next up are technical drawing pens. These ones are Staedtler again. I have right now a 0.1, 0.3, 0.5. So these are fantastic for doing technical drawing with. You need a variety of thicknesses to the actual nib so that you can work on your line weight and so on. Moving on to rendering, so you're going to probably have pens and pencils for colouring in your stationery box so far, but those aren't necessarily what you're going to be using. I would recommend getting some rendering pens. So these are pro markers. You can also get Tria markers, Copics, pens. They can all add up, so maybe invest in a couple at the start, maybe 3 or 5. You're thinking about rendering up maybe wood or concrete, that kind of thing, shadows, then obviously you're going to want browns and greys. So think about the colours, the types of textures and materials you're going to be rendering up, and invest in a couple of pens to start off with. A lot of the time you will be working on Photoshop to render up any drawings. So at the start of your course it will be more hand drawings, hand rendering, and towards the middle and latter part of your course it's going to be a lot more computerized work. You're going to obviously want a pair of scissors. Use them on paper, don't use them on anything else. If you're going to be cutting up material or whatever, use a different set of scissors because you're going to blunt them. And for model making, you do not ever want to be seen or be cutting any of the cardboard or mount board or whatever it is you're making your model with scissors. The best way to get really sharp, crisp edge and cut to your material is to use a craft knife. This is a surgical blade, a surgical knife, and this is exactly what's used in operations. So it is incredibly sharp. You can cut yourself very easily with this, so be very careful. You will hopefully be taught how to use this. I will do a video on that as well, and how to replace the blade with new fresh blades. So you're going to want to do that every maybe hour or 2 when you're making a model, or every couple of days if you're just using it on and off. So replacing the blades, be very careful how you do that. It's very simple once you know how to do it, but again I'll do a video on that soon. Whenever you're cutting anything, you want to use the right base, so you want a cutting mat, and you want to have a really good ruler, so you're going to want to use a metal ruler. This is the metal ruler that I use. It's nice and long, therefore most of your models will be cut within that length. This is the cutting mat that I use. It's just a standard cutting mat from a craft shop. You can buy these relatively inexpensively and just order them on Amazon and so on. You're going to also want to be able to take a lot of notes in classes, lectures, seminars, tutorials and so on. So a whole range of different notes, notepads, post-it notes, sketchbooks and everything are going to be essential to you. So I have some post-it notes here. I have an old sketchbook from the university I attended. I have some really cheap notebooks that I use. I like the colourful ones just because then you're not facing a blank canvas, and then another sketchbook. So I have a range of these, just nice and easy with different sketches in them, and I use these all the time. Moving on to different rulers, you're going to need scale rulers, especially for architectural drawing and interior design. So you're going to be learning how to draw items at a different scale. For instance, they're going to not be 1:1 scale, which is real scale, because they would be enormous for your drawing. On the computer, you're drawing at 1:1 and then scaling the drawing to print it. But when you're drawing physically or making a model, you're scaling it down first of all and then drawing it up. So you might be drawing something 1:10, 1:20, 1:50, 1:500, and so on. So you want to have some scale rulers. These are 2 scale rulers I have. This is from an industry event where people come around the office and they give you branded stationery and so on. So this is a scale ruler and it has different scales on both sides. So you can look up 1:100, 1:200, 1:50 and 1:1250. This is a little bit more interesting. It's a ruler from Japan, and you actually twist the inside of it and it creates different scales for you. Technical drawing, you will need a technical drawing board of some kind. Your university will probably have these. It's a big investment if you want to buy one, although maybe a small A2 or A3 board that can sit on your desk might be helpful if you're really into doing technical drawings. This is something you could probably buy secondhand and might be advertised on a notice board at university or college, so have a little look around in the first couple of weeks, or when the second years and third years are back in, start asking them if you can buy any of their stuff that they don't use secondhand. So one of the things you're going to need to invest in and make sure that you carry with you for technical drawing class days is an adjustable set square. So this is what it looks like, and it adjusts by twisting this and creating different degrees. And you can turn it around on your drawing board to create different edges, like this. You can also get templates such as this one. You can get circles, squares, and different kinds of furniture as well. So these are all 1:100. It means that at scale 1:100, I can put this in the floor plan on a technical drawing and just draw inside them, and it's already going to give me the exact measurements and layout for different pieces of furniture. You don't necessarily need to buy this, but it does save a lot of time. You could probably laser cut one yourself if you really wanted to. But yeah, you can make little templates yourself. So the paper you're going to be asked to buy is tracing paper. Tracing paper can be really expensive in different thicknesses. You can buy it in rolls and sheets or books of it as well. You're probably going to want large pieces. So A3 is the smallest you're going to be working on typically, and it will go right up to A1 piece or A0 possibly. The cheapest way of doing this when you're starting out is to work on grease-proof paper. So a roll of this from the kitchen or the pound store or something like this. But this is an inexpensive way of starting your technical drawing, and you can also see through it, so it's relatively transparent, whereas tracing paper is a lot more transparent or a bit clearer in the way that you can see through the drawing to be able to have your layers and layer up different drawings on top of each other. So it'll help you see the floor plan to project through and do your elevation from, or your section and so on. For model making, you're going to want to collect lots of different kinds of cardboard. So all of those cereal packets and that Amazon box that you get all the stationery delivered in, keep all of that, store it flat underneath your bed or whatever, cut it into nice equal pieces so that you already have a stack of model making resources that you can go to. Don't spend a lot of money on your models because sometimes they can be more interesting if you're using recycled and found objects. You're going to want to invest the money into those craft knives that you've got, but also a range of different types of glues and tapes. So to start off with, you're going to want a really good masking tape. Now don't go for the cheapest one in the shop because the actual adhesive on it, so the sticky surface on this, won't be very good. It might leave a trace of glue on your paper as well, which will just get dirty over time. So invest a little bit of money in this. It can be thicker than this or the thinnest one available, because really all you need is a bit on the corners of your paper. It's really good for model making as well because it will act as an extra pair of hands. You can tape things together or tape it to something to hold it upright while the glue is drying. Magic tape is a really good one. It's better than sellotape because it doesn't leave that gluey surface on things. It will hold things for you, but it's also just a better tape to have around. And double-sided sticky tape will be a really good friend to you. So this is an incredibly thin one, but you are going to go through quite a lot of this in mounting up work for presentations and so on, but generally just using things in your sketchbook and whatever. So double-sided sticky tape, magic tape, and a good masking tape. You're also going to want a number of different types of glue. So from the glue stick, Pritt stick that you might just carry in your bag pretty much every day because you're sticking different things in your sketchbook. Yoo-hoo glue, wood glue, PVA glue, right the way up to good super glue. So I have a number of these really small, relatively inexpensive super glue, but they are incredibly strong. And last but not least, you will be working on a computer. Hopefully you'll have your own laptop or computer at home. You will need a range of software, and I'm going to link some of the software that you can get as a student version or for free for a lot of the architectural subjects. Unfortunately, AutoCAD and let's see, Revit and so on, some of the software will be a lot more accessible or will only operate on PCs. But obviously as designers, we tend to work on Mac. Think about the different devices that you're going to invest your money in. So an iPad Pro so that you can draw on it, make notes, take photographs, videos, all that kind of thing. A good camera to record the models and maybe film yourself doing a presentation, watch it back and so on. But also a good source for backing things up. OneDrive or Dropbox or whatever, but also an external hard drive. So this is the external hard drive that I have. I plug this into my laptop and it stores everything that I have, from the videos that I'm working on to CAD files to 3D work, right the way through to personal photographs and so on. So I also have a number of USBs. These are really handy just to have in your pencil case or throw in your bag. Try to remember to take these out of the computer when you're finished in class, because I used to find a number of these and the students wouldn't come and look for them again. So make sure that you know where they are, because it is your backup, it's your work, and you don't really want to be losing any of that. So that's everything for this video. Thanks for watching. The next video that I'm going to be doing is a list of books that I recommend for architecture and interior design students. If you have any questions about any of this equipment, please send me a message, put it in a comment below, and I'll try and help you out with either a description or I'll do another video on it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!